Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Maria from Under the Night Moon, and I'm so happy to be back here filming a flip through of some journals that I made kind of a little while ago, and then I just sort of finished them recently. I did take a little bit of a break, and I am back at my desk having fun, just playing with the materials that I love and being able to make things and share them with all of you. So thank you so much. Also too, if you're new here, thank you so much. Leslie over at the 507 Willow House sent me a little shout out. And so if you came over here from her, I just want to say thank you, Leslie, so much for just giving me a shout out. And then hello and welcome to those of you that did come over. I'm grateful and happy to have you. So today I have these two beautiful Sacred Heart journals. I did make them for June, but I got sidetracked a little and took a little bit of a break. But I did finish them and they're so pretty. So I have two. There's exactly alike, so I'm only going to do a flip through of one, but I wanted to show you this beautiful velvet closure that I made for them, and it has really pretty velvet ribbon, and then I tied this gorgeous cross. I'm not sure where I got this from. I kind of want to say Hobby Lobby, but I just don't remember. But I did have two of them, so I was happy to be able to use them for these books. And then this pretty little heart charm. It's a little ceramic charm of a heart with a rose on it. Don't know where I got that either, but I think for these books, it's just perfect. Okay, so I'll flip through this one. These are one signature with a chipboard base that I covered with this beautiful fabric. I got this fabric at a local antique market and was just so happy with the reds. I knew right away I was going to use it for the Sacred Heart theme. And then on the cover, I made a little pocket out of some more fabric. I used some vintage embroidered trims and covered the spine, the stitching with this pretty lace. I have a glass crystal heart charm on the bottom here with a little cross and a lovely miraculous Blessed Mother medal hanging with a little bit of pearls. Lots of little trims, seam binding, some star tulle, some vintage tatting, and then these are stitched all the way around the whole front and back of the book. And so on the cover, in this little pocket, which you can put letters and prayer cards, special memories that you might have. And then to start the book, I made a card out of some lovely floral paper and did some embossing. And then I did make it a little tuck spot, and I put a little angel in there. You could put the date that you started journaling. If this is a gift, it'd be just a nice little place to write a note. And of course, you can fit other prayer cards in there as well. And then I did use from the PixieDustFiles some of her gorgeous digitals. And I know she is taking a break right now too, and she will be back hopefully. But I just love her floral papers. I love all her papers. If you follow me, you know I use quite a bit of her digitals. But these go right in the front cover like so. And then inside there is two little pockets. I used some of this beautiful Anna Griffin paper. I made a little half pocket and another really pretty card using a vintage French prayer card. And some really nice cotton paper. I've said in other videos, I have a really nice collection of papers, so it's nice to build these books and use all of these beautiful papers that I have. And then in the little pocket, I couldn't help but add this baby envelope. I did a little stamping on there and included this fun little prayer card, little rose card for fun. And then also, I really wanted to use happiness, but I thought I would leave this up to the owner to glue it wherever they seem to want to place it. I didn't know where, so both books have a little happiness label. And then on the bottom here, oops, is a little ceramic Sacred Heart charm and a little rhinestone cross just hanging from some more embroidered florals. The first page is a golden vellum, little dotted paper. And then I started off with a really pretty wax seal of the Sacred Heart as well. Some pretty ruffles, a little tuck, lots of lace, textiles. If you follow my work, I love to embellish with different textiles that I've collected over the years. My mom was the creator of the Francesca Doll Studio, so I have a lot of textiles from there. Well, it's both my parents, so I have a lot of textiles from their business, and it's just really fun to use them in my work today. Some really pretty journaling cards, a little hand-stamped floral, and again from the PixieDustFiles. Little pocket here, and you could of course journal, add a little picture on the back there. I did add some wallpapers and other fun papers in here to make it sort of like a little art journal workbook in case you wanted to play with papers. There's plenty in here for you. I use the little word bloom down there, and then in this little pocket just some of the wallpapers that I've collected. So there's a piece of that one. Another little card, I stamped blessing on there. I love this hot pink paper. I use it in almost all my books. And then this gorgeous little girl, again from the PixieDustFiles. And then on the other side, usually if I paper clip stuff on, I always have stuff on the other side, but some really nice writing space for the journaler, and then a piece of vintage writing paper for a secret story for the journaler there. Some really pretty antique, or some really pretty embossed like parchment paper in this pink color, and then more beautiful floral journaling cards just that I found online. More of that cotton paper. I do like to add different papers. This is a center of a book cover, and it was a floral, but I just liked the green, so I added that. And it's just a nice cotton paper. And then on there, an embossed card ready for a story. And then some more of the floral kit from the PixieDustFiles, and a piece of vintage ledger for the owner to play with, to journal with, make tags. It's fun just to use different papers to write your story. And then on this side, I stamped with some of my stamps. Gratitude is the memory of the heart, and just a lovely floral. Again, ready for a story. I love the feel of these old papers. It's just such nostalgia. And then a lovely little envelope. I think this is from Oldesina. She has some really pretty digitals as well. So, and then I did give you a little damask card to journal inside as well. And then some beautiful script. It's always fun to put pictures on here, like a little photo stop. Some vintage wallpaper here that I made into a tuck spot. And this is a die cut piece of heavy duty watercolor paper. And you can see, hopefully, the cotton, I think it's cold pressed, so very sturdy. You can soak that whole thing in water and just have fun with your watercolors. And then I made a pretty little pocket journaling card with some Anna Griffin paper here, and then some washi on the bottom just to make it pretty. I put that in there. These are from digitals that Debrina from the PixieDustFiles made just for me in my shop. These are two separate kits. I will link them below. They're so pretty, and she made them just for me. I absolutely adore her, and I love her so much. She's such a good friend. Just to think of me that way, because she knows I cannot make digitals. I have no digital skill whatsoever except to print. So she said, Maria, we got to get you some digitals. And look at what she made for me. They're so beautiful. Yes, so I will link those below. Just love them. Lots of antique laces, ribbons, some beautiful Amity Bloom, and this is some Ira Lamhe, I think. Not sure how to say that shop, but I love her digitals as well. And those go in there. And if you need to know exactly the name of the shop, let me know. I can send it in my, I'll send it to you in a message. Just let me know down below if you need to know the name of the shop. And I can send it to you instead of me listing all of them because there's so many. Some really beautiful vintage stationery. Again, more of that cotton paper with a little die cut rose, ready for a story. And then a lovely prayer card. This is one of my favorite images. I have my own little prayer corner in my home, and it looks very similar to that, and I love it. So I included that. Again, on the other side, beautiful writing area, and then some more embossing on this pretty cardstock, and then just a little tag. This is a vellum tag, a pretty little rose, and some music paper. And you can either attach pictures to these, write your story, take them apart and use them in the book. You know, they're just extra supplies for your journaling. I do like to add little tabs to find your way throughout the book. Another little pocket here with some textiles I stitched right on to the top, some little rhinestones down here, and just a whole variety of little trims. And one of the things I like to do is encourage people to use textiles and fabrics from their collections, that maybe they have some fabric that they never use but they love. They could put a little swatch on here, maybe write a story about it, or an old dress that, you know, maybe they don't wear anymore but has memories. These are all things that you can journal and use in these books to kind of record your story. And I love when I hear from people that that's exactly what they do. It just makes what I do just special, and I love that. Again, some more, well, this is really fun graph paper. It's double-sided, but I love the graph paper. And then again, just some more floral cards and journaling places for you to record your story. Maybe add some dried flowers. Maybe you're mapping out a garden for next year because you love gardening so much. Here's some beautiful embossed papers. I would love a garden. I don't have one. My son has one, so I've been enjoying his garden, but oh, I would love to have a garden one day. Beautiful tags, all from the PixieDustFiles. And then a little stationery stop. This is one of my favorite parts of the book as well. This is a prayer flag from Debrina. It says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Just beautiful. And so I gave you some lovely scrapbook paper, and then another little collection of tags that you can journal on and play with. This is actually some vintage onion skin paper, which is really, really fun and beautiful to write on. You can kind of see the watermark right there for it. And I do have some of this I'll be using in more books coming up. And then a beautiful prayer card of Jesus. And then I stitched a little brass key on the bottom here, again with some more textiles. And you can see just a little scrap of that fabric, you know, just to remind you of how pretty it is, or the memory that you have. This is an invitation card, but I just loved the rose pattern on there. And then this is just a really pretty piece of bridal lace. I believe it's sequined. I added a little rose to the center and made it a pocket by just gluing the tops of these leaves right here. And then I did this really fun Martha Stewart punch, again on some vintage paper. And you can just use this however you like. You can keep it whole, you can cut it into fourths, or just keep it as it is, ready for a story. And of course, more things will fit in there. And then this will come with things that I made for this book but couldn't really fit them in. So another little envelope of goodies will come with this book. Plus, I love to send with all of my books just some extra goodies for you to play with. And usually there are things that didn't make it into the book because it just got too chunky. Here's some of the wallpaper I was telling you about. And I just love, love, love this one. It's so delicate and pretty. I love it with the green. And you can play with this using glue sticks or the Beacon Fabri-Tac glue. Works really well on the wallpaper. Or if you're a sewing person and you love to stitch, I love to stitch wallpapers. Very just satisfying. And a couple more from my studio for you to play with. Just really, really pretty patterns. I'm never tired of wallpaper. More of this beautiful cotton paper, some printed paper, another little pocket with some prayer cards. I did some hand stamping on more of this cotton paper for a little story. Lovely butterfly. And then I do have a picture of, oh, this one goes in there too. I did some stamping, and then I have a picture of St. Joseph going in here. And that's the end. Again, some more beautiful pieces from the PixieDustFiles, and this is going to have a charm. But I wanted to get these listed and posted because these were for June. Because June is the month of the Sacred Heart, but I don't think that the timing is that it's important for me, but because I had started them and they're so beautiful, especially with this fabric, that I just, I forced myself to finish them so that I could just get them out into the world. And so that is that. Thank you all so, so much for your kind, beautiful comments, whether here or Instagram. Definitely follow me on Instagram if you like my work, because I do post reels of what I'm working on. These never made it there, but this is probably the one book that didn't make it as a reel, but usually I do a reel of what's coming up. So you can follow me there. It's just Under the Night Moon. These are already listed in my Etsy shop. If this video is on YouTube, they're already on there. And just thank you, Leslie, again for the shout out, and thank you everyone for just watching my videos and your beautiful comments. I read them all, and I'm so very grateful to be able to do this. So yes, thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you everyone in the next video. Bye for now.